Okay, guys, it's just another wrestling podcast, as usual. Not there's like 30 million of them already out there, right?
Oh, yeah.
J Money alongside the one-man wolf gang.
Gerard the Wolf, get it right, man.
I said one-man wolf gang. Jeez,
that's
you got a problem with that?
Yes, that's not my name. You know my name. Say my name right.
I was trying to boost your confidence. Jeez, you got a problem with that?
My confidence don't need boosting. I am fine.
Sure you do. All right.
You wanna get in the ring, man? You wanna go?
I'll whoop your ass.
I'll curb stomp your ass into the ground.
All right, sure. If you can reach it. All right.
We'll see about
that. We got a lot of news to get into, but a lot of reviews.
Oh yeah, let's review the
big
events from
there have been. We actually have 4 big news announcements that have happened over this last week.
But wait, before we go any further, let's pay respects to the one and only Big Van Vader.
That was actually one of them. Going to talk about it. Kind of a shocking there.
Oh, yes,
Vader passing away.
Wednesday, I believe.
Yes, it was Wednesday.
At the age of 63.
I think it was, yes. So, kind of a shocker there.
Well, I think a couple of years ago, or not too long ago, that he even mentioned that he had I guess a diagnosis from doctors that he might not be living no more than 2 years. So I had forgotten completely, but I haven't thought nothing of it in a while. But this kind of really isn't a shock because I think he prepared us for it. He told us about this stuff himself.
Yeah. Yeah, so R.I.P. to Vader. I
think we should
WCW champion.
3 times.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And so R.I.P.
he was never world champion in WWE.
I don't believe he was. The other big news: 24 hours, literally after Money in the Bank, Big Cass
was released.
Was released from his contract in WWE.
Well, I could say it was a shocker, but I think we kind of might have saw some writing on the wall with that one.
Yeah, well, because to me, it's like I didn't really know where they were going to go with Cass after this. I mean,
he was pretty much toiling and
he had a little bit of momentum when he turned heel on Enzo Amore.
Yeah, because there was something there.
Yeah. So, but I think that knee injury really costed him.
Yeah, because after that, WWE kept passing by. He was sitting on the sidelines.
Yeah. The other news, I don't know if you heard about this. Jack Swagger, former WWE superstar Jack Swagger, will be joining Lucha Underground.
I actually watched that episode with him in it. He's going under the name Jake Strong,
which is kind of took me off because again,
Savage
Swagger hadn't really
Jake Strong.
Yeah, because Swagger really hadn't done much.
No, we haven't really heard of him.
WWE. Now that he's heading to Lucha, I was like, okay, now he's starting to pick it back up again.
Yeah, but I've seen some people making slight comments about him. Give the guy a chance before you write him off.
The other news: former 205 Live superstar Rich Swann.
TNA.
He's in TNA.
I watched the episode where they mentioned it. I watched it last night.
Because we all know his situation that happened in WWE. Formerly kidnapped his girlfriend.
Wife. I think Sue Young was actually his wife. She's in TNA as the Undead Bride, or what they call her.
One of those. All right, so those are the news. Let's get into the highlights from this past weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Let's start with NXT TakeOver Chicago 2.
The best pay-per-view, I think, other than just the best. I think it was a little better than.
I mean, to be honest, any takeover is awesome. Oh yeah. We kicked off with Undisputed Era defeating Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch to retain the NXT Tag Team titles.
And let's talk about that match. That was a knockout, drag-out brawl.
It actually was. Is it just me, or because Jacob ended up talking about this? I think that this was before you got there. Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch, don't they look like two local guys that someone just throws them into the ring with?
They kind of do. They kind of look like they just be at there. It's like they live there near Full Sail. Like, okay, guys, just get in the ring.
But again, I think these guys really stood out in this.
They're really skilled. They're really good.
Yeah, they really stood out in this match.
And they take crazy bumps. I think it's with Lorcan.
Yeah,
because Orny was up on top of the rope, and I think one of the members, I forget who it was that pushed him, but he got pushed off the top ropes, and he took an insane bump on the side of the
on the ring apron.
On the ring apron.
Yeah,
it was crazy. Every time I see those guys take those kind of bumps, I'm like, there's no way in hell that they're gonna get back up from that.
Oh yeah,
and they do.
Yeah, but again, that was a good way to kick off NXT.
Oh yeah, that hypes up the crowd great.
Ricochet defeated Velveteen Dream.
The one and only. Former Prince Puma.
In a former in a really good back and forth match. Really mind games playing early on. Did you notice the significance of Velveteen Dream's outfit?
Hulk Hogan.
Not only was it Hulk Hogan, but when we were watching the show, Jacob showed me an old picture. Velveteen's outfit looked, it was exactly what Ricochet wore.
Prince Puma. Yes, so, and I actually, the podcasters that I normally listen to, he mentioned it as well. I'm like, oh, now I can see that linking back on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a way to in storyline, take a shot at him.
Yeah, and again, I think Velveteen is very, very good in the ring. Not only that, but he's good on the mic.
Oh yeah,
in-ring performer. Oh, he's got it all.
The charisma. The gimmick works.
Yep. I actually really like the beginning of that match, where Nikki Cross was just pretty much like opening herself up to Shana and say, "Here I am, come and get me.
Take your best shot."
Yeah, take your best shot.
And throughout the entirety of the match, he was smiling at different points like a psychopath, and we're like, okay, this is not going to end well.
Yeah.
A little underwhelming in some cases. I thought I didn't really expect a whole lot. I thought given he's a champion, I thought a little bit more would be done.
Yeah, it was.
This was not the top card though. This was not used. Even though it was a title match, the championship match, it was only under Gargano and Ciampa, which was the real main event.
Yeah, which was the actual main event. Very good back and forth match. Very good story.
And it was in the best place. It was in Chicago. This match was street fight.
Perfect match. We heard ECW chants.
We saw callbacks to when Ciampa turned on Gargano, where he threw Gargano into the LD board again, where Gargano stared down at him after he dropped him through the table like he did him.
Yep. And I think the real heat came at was Ciampa took off Johnny Gargano's wedding ring and threw it away. That's what lit the whole thing on fire.
And threw it away.
So, but again, I think Ciampa winning this match was the right call.
Yeah, it evens them up.
Yep, it evens them up.
And it keeps the feud going.
It keeps it going. I would say this ends at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn.
That would be good. Or we talked about this before. What about carrying it over to 205 Live if those two ended up on the roster?
Well, I think it could, but again, when do you bring them up though? That's the question.
Yeah, it don't seem like they're ready yet to be on the put on there.
But what they are putting on some very good shows.
Yeah, you want to keep them. You want to keep them down there since their feud is the hot.
This is the hottest feud in NXT history, pretty much. All right, so we got Chicago out of the way. Now let's go to 24 hours after that. Money in the Bank. It was decent. I mean, it wasn't, it was decent. It wasn't, like, oh my god.
It wasn't takeover.
No,
it wasn't takeover.
Yeah, it was not takeover. All right, so
I feel bad for some of the shows that comes after the takeovers because the main pay-per-views, I think the takeovers always outdo them because of the level of talent or the level of action we see in the takeovers.
Yeah.
But also you got to consider how much of the in-ring work is put into the takeovers, while the main pay-per-views, they kind of just have a split. They're kind of have those segments. They're kind of variety, like a variety show with different stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so we kick things off on the kickoff show. The Bludgeon Brothers defeated the Club, Gallows and Anderson. It's really kind of sad the direction that Gallows and Anderson are going in.
They were brought in because of their connection to Finn Balor, AJ Styles, and not only that, the way they were presented in New Japan and as members of the Bullet Club, they were dominant in Japan.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is Vincent's message to Cody Rhodes, Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks. I don't know. But it is really sad to see Gallows and Anderson.
I don't know if it's much of a message because Cody, look how they did Cody when he was there to begin with.
Yeah, and now look at him now. Plus, a while back ago, the Bullet, along Cody, the Young Bucks, and Marty Scurll, they tried to invade Monday Night Raw. So, all right, then we kicked off. Daniel Bryan defeated Big Cass. No surprise there.
And Cass tapped out like a baby.
Yep. Lashley defeated Sami Zayn was not surprised. Now, because of that, Sami Zayn did end up admitting that he was wrestling with an injury. He just had surgery. He just had surgery on his shoulder blade, and apparently he injured his other one, so he's going to be out until 2019.
Seriously?
Yep.
29. Oh my God, he's going to be out for the rest of the year.
Yep, he is. He's going to be out for the rest of the year. Do you think this leads to his release? Because he really hasn't gone anywhere since his heel run.
I don't know, but that can't be good for him.
Yeah.
I mean, like, they tried doing some stuff with him, and he was doing pretty okay.
You know, I was very interested in the heel turn, you know, when he cost Shane McMahon his match at Hell in a Cell against Kevin Owens. I really thought that it was really going to go somewhere. It really was going somewhere on SmackDown.
Yeah, but
when he and Kevin were teaming. Because that was one of the hottest feuds on SmackDown. So who knows? Best of luck.
But when they moved him over, and you got to realize Raw, you got to remember, Raw is a little bit more, the way that it's set is a variety show. It's a little bit more mixture of different things. So it's hard to have, and it worked on SmackDown a little bit in small doses, but you got Kevin and Sami, you got Sami out there trying to draw things out for long periods of time.
Yeah.
And I think he's capable of doing it. I don't know if he was doing it before when he was in Ring of Honor or other places, but he developed that ability to talk a little better in WWE. But it's hard because especially when you're out there for longer periods of time, because Raw has some guys out there for long and long and long.
Oh yeah,
talking.
for sure. Yeah.
But the feud, he was better on SmackDown when he was in things. I guess they just didn't have anything for him to do when he got to Raw. They just didn't know where he would be going.
Yeah. Because it seems like you're really going somewhere with Kevin Owens, but you're not going anywhere with Sami Zayn.
Of course, even before then, Kevin Owens, they had him doing stuff before then before they put him back with Zayn.
Mm-hmm.
He was a real heel. Kevin, you can put him in anything and have him do something with anybody.
Burn it down, Seth Rollins. He burned down Elias to retain the Intercontinental Championship, which, speaking of the Intercontinental title, we'll get to that. What happened on Raw. Alexa Bliss won Money in the Bank.
Miss Money in the Bank. Miss Goddess in the Bank.
Yeah, I was not surprised by this one. Even though I picked Becky Lynch to win.
We both did.
Yeah, we both picked Becky Lynch. I even said I would not be surprised if Charlotte won, but Alexa Bliss was pretty high up there.
Oh yeah.
And then we went to the bathroom break match. Roman Reigns defeated Jinder Mahal.
That's what we reduced Roman to. Is bathroom breaks. Like, I don't care about this match. I'm taking a piss.
Well, if you think about it, you're in one of the two roughest crowd cities for wrestling. Oh, yeah. Chicago and Philadelphia. So, I think that was a match that really nobody even really cared about.
Nah, no one really cared about Roman.
Yeah. Carmela shockingly pinned Asuka to retain the Women's Championship with the return of James Ellsworth.
The no-chin wonder.
That really caught me by surprise.
And just to say this, the way, and I noticed this, and this was like bugged the hell out of me when we watched it. Mm-hmm. Asuka just stared at him when he was dressed up as her, just stared at her. Carmela gets up and she kicks Carmela back down and continues to stare at Ellsworth until he takes his mask off.
It was almost as like she was mesmerized.
Exactly,
by it,
like she was about to see her own. Like she was looking. Like I think Cole or somebody said it. Not Cole. One of the SmackDown announcers. Yeah. That she's staring at into a mirror.
Yeah.
I'm like, you just possibly knocked Carmela out and you don't pin her. Mm-hmm. Are you stupid?
Yeah, because I really thought that this match would be a disqualification or a count out.
Because he was up on the apron.
But I guess it is a good way to put Carmella over.
But it's not the best way to bury Asuka. Well, they're not burying her, but it's not looking good for her.
Yeah, it's not looking good because I seriously thought they were going to build her back up.
They're diminishing her a little bit by doing this.
But because now Charlotte was the first one to defeat her, but she tapped out. Now Carmella's the first one to pin her.
Exactly. Carmella pinned her.
Yeah, Carmella pinned her.
And this cannot be. This is not good for Asuka.
Yeah. AJ Styles defeated Shinsuke Nakamura, which I did not see happening. With
we was not sure
because both of us picked Nakamura to win.
Yeah, because he's AJ Styles. They had their matches ended at either disqualifications or AJ won one of the matches.
Yep, but AJ low blowed him at the end.
Here's another thing. How many times did he low blowed AJ again?
I lost track at so many of them.
AJ, and this is another thing, like with the thing with Asuka, I'm going to bring it up here.
Yeah.
He did not think by this time to wear a damn cup.
Yeah.
You think after being low-blowed so many times that you would wear a cup.
Yeah.
I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure this kind of thing's been done before.
Yeah.
But a wrestler at some point in the blow-off match, they wear a cup.
Yeah.
He did not wear one the entire time, every time he got low-blowed.
Who knows?
The booking on that, the way that they did that was just weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
Why would you not do that? That would make plenty of sense to do.
Yeah, and then speaking of the goddess in the bank, Ronda Rousey beat Nia Jax via disqualification. I actually like Ronda's in-ring work in this one.
She did great.
Yeah, she did really good.
She took some crazy bumps.
Yeah, but Alexa Bliss cashed in, and she is now the Raw Women's Champion. And after that, Braun Strowman, now he's not called now Mr. Money in the Bank. He's now Monster in the Bank. Jinx, you owe me a soda.
Oh, dang it.
Haha. All right, now we go 24 hours after that, Monday Night Raw. Alexa Bliss was crowned the Women's Champion against Kurt Angle's orders due to Constable Baron Corbin.
Yes, because she actually broken up a match in the pay-per-view. She actually messed up the match to do that.
Yeah. And so then Rousey came out, Alexa said some things, and then attacked her.
Ronda commenced to kick her ass.
Yeah, pretty much. But then she attacked her with the briefcase, then attacked Kurt Angle
and
WWE officials, and then puts Bliss through the table, which was actually a very hot spot with the crowd.
Oh yeah.
But unfortunately, that led to a 30-day suspension. You owe me another one.
Dang it.
But what I really liked later on in the evening when she was walking out, she says, "I'm gonna kick her pink-haired ass." I think Ronda's slowly starting to pick it up now. I think she's still slowly starting to figure it out, even though I think she still has a long way to go. But she is really starting to figure it out.
Yeah, that's something interesting there.
Yeah,
that the storyline. I pay attention to these ideas, these storyline things, and I heard other podcasters. This one I listen to call them storyline stupidity, which makes sense. You don't do anything about Alexa. When she comes back, Kurt's gonna have. I'm pretty sure this is how I picture what's gonna happen.
Well,
when she comes back,
the 30-day suspension is gonna end. I think the Wednesday after Extreme Rules.
Okay, so when she comes back, I think Kurt's going to. She's going to go in his office. She's going to talk to Kurt. She's going to apologize. Kurt's going to say, "I understand, and you know what? I've been thinking about it. I think you deserve a title shot because of what Alexa did.
Mm-hmm.
But you can also throw Nia Jax up in there and make it a three-way."
Yeah.
It might have to be because she screwed Nia Jax too.
Well, Alexa and Nia are going at it at Extreme Rules.
Okay, so you eliminate the three-way with that.
Yeah. So my thing is that
if Alexa's probably going to end up retaining that.
Do you wait till SummerSlam
to do
Alexa versus Ronda?
I kind of would because that's going to be in August, right?
Yes.
So I would wait. You're going to do Nia and Alexis now. Do Ronda and Alexa
at SummerSlam because that one will actually sell out.
Yes, it will. Yeah.
And as we mentioned, we have a new Intercontinental Champion. Rollins put out an open challenge. Ziggler came out. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he's a 6-time.
I think that's what they said. 5-time or 6-time.
Yeah, I think he's a 6-time now Intercontinental Champion. Rollins will cash in his rematch this coming Monday night.
Yes.
Do you think he's going to win it back? Because where do you go with Rollins after this?
I honestly don't know. I kind of feel like he could win it.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of think he could win it back, but I'm not too sure. Like, if you're going to put it on Ziggler in the first place, you got to give him a meaningful run with it.
Yeah.
Especially if this is his 5th or 6th time winning it, so you have to make that mean something.
Yeah. Kurt Hawkins' losing streak is now over 202, I think.
He's the reverse of Asuka.
He lost to Bobby Roode. What do you make of this whole losing streak with Kurt Hawkins? Like, he's getting interviewed by all the major companies. I mean, ESPN, Fox News, and all that about this. Do you really think this is helping his career, or do you think it's just wasting him?
I feel like it's just wasting him. I don't know why they brought him back. I knew he had a function because wasn't he like a jobber almost when he first came in, or an enhancement guy for the help out others?
He was a part of the La Familia group with Zack Ryder, Chavo, Edge, Vicky. So
okay. But when he brought him back, I thought they were going to do something more meaningful with him, because you don't just bring a guy like that back and give him vignettes unless you plan on doing something with them.
Yeah, well, I think they were calling him like the most interesting wrestler in the world or something, because I know he had, or the most interesting wrestler in the world or something, kind of like the whole Dos Equis guy.
Oh,
so
but yeah, like I don't know about this. I don't know if this is going to help him. If they keep it up, it could almost result in a release or something at some point. I don't like it. I really want to see the guy do something. Because when I see guys that they like, my whole thing is I have issues with the company, with WWE, when they have guys and they're not doing nothing with them.
Yeah.
You think that the guy's never going to go anywhere, but you don't do anything to prove otherwise. You don't give him a shot.
Yeah.
You have the guy do these things and don't elevate him. Don't try to do nothing with him. You did it with Jinder. I'm not saying he's going to be put up on the same level as Jinder, because Jinder was elevated to a main event level. You could almost elevate Hawkins to a mid-card level if you try.
Yeah.
You could use another mid-card guy like him, but you got to put in the effort to give him material to work with. Yeah. He's just he's doing okay with what you got for him, but the guy deserves a little better. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely. All right, this one was a little interesting to me. Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt. Now they did defeat Heath Slater and Rhino, but before the match happened, Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas came up on the screen and they were imitating them, which was funny because take a wild guess at who Bo Dallas imitated.
I wouldn't know.
Bray Wyatt.
Oh my! Well, that might work. They're brothers.
It was pretty interesting. It was very, very good, even though those two are related in real life. I think because as soon as I saw Curtis Axel play Matt Hardy, I'm like, Bo Dallas is playing Bray Wyatt, and Bray did. And I will admit, Bo did a pretty good Bray. So they do have a tag team title match, which I was surprised it did not happen at Money in the Bank.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. Now Roman Reigns came out and said he's the uncrowned Universal Champion. Do you think Reigns just needs to? Well, do you think they need to end the Reigns Lesnar feud, whatever's going on?
The only way that the feud, there technically really ain't no damn feud, because Brock hasn't been there.
Yeah,
we know, but it might as well not be It might as well be non-existent because Brock is never there.
Yeah.
You cannot have a feud. You cannot have Roman feuding with Brock if Brock is never physically there, only from time to time.
Yeah.
And you have to get that belt off of Lesnar, because you can't have a champion that's not there, that only shows up for major pay-per-views. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, because I think WWE really screwed themselves over on that one. Well, I think the only reason they put the belt on him to give it for that long was probably because to end the whole thing with CM Punk.
Yeah.
So, well, he teamed with Bobby Lashley. They easily defeated the Revival. Now, Kurt Angle did announce an Extreme Rules match to determine Lesnar's number one contender, and we now know Reigns and Lashley are a part of that match. So Kurt has to come up with the other 3 or 4. I think it was a 5-way, or it was a 6, or it was a 6-pack. Mojo Rawley defeated No Way Jose. I was kind of surprised that Jose lost. Then the main event, Owens and Corbin defeated Strowman and Finn Balor. So, with Constable Corbin pinning Finn Balor.
Wonder if he was going to keep continuously wrestling, or he's going to just do it from time to time.
What do you think of this whole Constable thing?
I don't know. It's gonna fall flat eventually, because either Kurt's gonna knock his ass out or something, because he's gonna get on Kurt's nerves.
I think it's gonna lead to a feud or something.
With Kurt Angle, that's what it is.
All right. We leave Raw. 24 hours later, Smackdown Live. Asuka came out and interrupted Carmela and Ellsworth, but it ended up with Asuka getting knocked out.
Again, they are not doing her any favors if you got her getting kicked and knocked out by Carmela like that.
Yeah. Becky Lynch defeated Billie Kay. What do you think of this whole iconic thing with Billie Kay and Peyton Royce? Do you really think they're going anywhere with this, or do you think that they're just trying to build them up?
Well, they did it in NXT, and they started up in NXT, and it was doing good. But then after a while, we have barely seen them. They got called up to the main roster, and we didn't see them no more on NXT.
Yeah.
Before then, so I don't know what they were doing.
Yeah. Sanity finally debuted, but they didn't have a match. They took out the Usos.
Beat the crap out of them.
Yep.
The Uso penitentiary was burned to the ground.
Yep. Now there was a rematch for the SmackDown Tag Team titles, which was the same outcome. No surprise.
Of course.
And then we had Jeff Hardy and Shinsuke Nakamura exchange jabs. I think they're gonna have a match at Extreme Rules for the US title.
No speak English, Nakamura.
And there was a gauntlet match to determine AJ Styles' new number 1 contender at Extreme Rules. It was Daniel Bryan, Big E, Samoa Joe, Miz, and the winner Rusev. Bryan defeated Big E, then he beat Joe via a countout. But before the match, before Bryan's match, he had a little bit of a stare down. He had a stare down with the Bludgeon Brothers. But then after his countout win, Bludgeon Brothers came out and attacked him. Then Miz came out and he pinned him. So I think that's going to start something with. So I think Miz and Bryan are back on again. I seriously hope.
Yeah, this was a way to start it back up. This
is one of the top feuds on SmackDown. Because I seriously hope they move forward with this. But Rusev got the win. He is now the number 1 contender, which I think rightfully so, because he is over with the crowd with his Rusev Day chant. So, all right. So now we had that. It was a quick NXT show. Bianca Belair defeated Dakota Kai, and the War Raiders defeated the Mighty.
Have you been keeping up with 205 Live at all?
Somewhat, not really. From what I've heard,
I watch it all. I watch it every week.
I think Hideo Itami's now the number 1 contender.
Yes, he interfered in the match between Buddy Murphy and Mustafa Ali the previous week, and he
AKA
was in
the 205 version of Seth Rollins.
Sub-Zero too.
Yeah.
Yes, he interfered in that match, he interfered in that match the week prior, and then he interfered, and then he was left off the show last week.
Yeah.
So, and after Mustafa Ali has had a match with Tony Nese, he asks Drake Maverick to make a 3-way match between himself, Buddy Murphy, and Hideo Itami.
Okay.
And Itami, I believe, wins this match.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now, like I mentioned, down in NXT, Bianca Belair defeated Dakota Kai. War Raiders defeated the Mighty. I have not been a big fan of NXT after a takeover because there aren't very many matches.
No, there's just pretty much a preview of what was going on.
Yeah. Okay. Since we got that out of the way, you want to do another countdown?
Sure.
All right. This week's countdown is brought to you by thesportster.com. That's SPORTSTER.com. They got every article that you can think of. This week's countdown is 12 rumored, in quote, wrestlers that Vince McMahon wants to bring to WWE and 13 that Triple H wants to bring to NXT. So this is going to be a long list. We'll quickly go through them first. Do you want to do Triple H or do you want to do Vince McMahon?
Let's do
first?
Vince's.
Okay, for Vince's. Now, Vince's are evens, Triple H's are odds. So we'll start with the evens. First one, John Morrison. He wants to bring him. He's been interested in bringing him back. I think John Morrison could do good. Okay, did you think he would do well on the main roster now, or do you think he could do some work in NXT?
I think he'd be better off in NXT, starting out there and then getting because like NXT is almost like how the independent shows are.
Yeah,
and he's doing great.
He had a little bit of momentum when he was still there towards the end of his WWE career when he was feuding with The Miz for the WWE Championship.
Yeah, but I think he'd be better off starting off in NXT, then going on to main roster later on.
All right, the second one, Batista. Do you think he's coming back?
Whose pick is that, Vince?
Yeah, Vince's. Because remember, we said we're gonna do Vince's first.
Okay, so I mean, like, if they do him right, he wants to come back. He hasn't said as much.
Yeah.
But he didn't think WWE was going to do him right.
But he has been very busy with the Marvel franchise,
doing other things.
with Guardians of the Galaxy. This one actually kind of took me by surprise when I was reading the article. Ryback.
Vince wants him back?
I don't really see Ryback coming back anytime soon.
No, I don't think he wants to either.
No. Rey Mysterio?
I can see it.
Well, now, rumored that he has been offered a multi-year WWE contract. So, I would put him on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Because he is pretty much SmackDown. He's not Monday Night Raw. He is SmackDown.
Yeah.
This one, former monster of TNA, Abyss.
I could see it.
I could really see that, but where do you put him? Do you put him on Raw or SmackDown, or do you put him in NXT?
Probably put him in NXT.
Yeah.
Because it's like I said, it's kind of similar to an independent show, so you put him there because that's what TNA basically people viewed it a little bit as an independent type of show, even though it wasn't like an independent show, but Abyss works like that.
Yeah. This one may be a little bit of a surprise. Goldberg. I don't really see who else he can work with.
No, Goldberg, and he wouldn't want to probably come back too often.
Lucha Underground star Bryan Cage.
I can see that.
I really like Bryan Cage.
Yeah, he's doing good work in TNA right now too.
Well, do you think he could do on the main roster, or do you start him in NXT?
Start him in NXT.
Yeah. This one may be a little bit of a shocker, especially with what happened with the whole Bullet Club invasion. Cody Rhodes.
Vince wants him. Well, I kind of can see.
Again, this is rumored.
It's not to say that that's who Vince would want.
But I don't see Cody Rhodes coming back within a few years.
No. He wants to build up himself more on the independents.
So
and he's good where he is right now. So he don't need to be clamoring back if they ask. He can stay where he is.
I mean, he is doing some very, very good work, especially in Ring of Honor, New Japan. So so he's been tearing it up. Chris Masters, the Masterpiece. Now he has had a little bit of a drug problem.
I don't know. Vince might not want the hassle.
Or do you put that in NXT?
Well, maybe to reintegrate him into things and let people get familiar with him again.
Yeah. Not sure if you know who this guy is, Jonah Rock.
No.
He is friends with Shane Thorne and Nick Miller of TMDK. He has had a polished indie career. Maybe you put him in NXT so people know who he is.
Yeah.
UK star Rampage Brown.
Huh?
So again, I think these next two are not gonna be people that we've heard of. And Walter, a PWG star. I would put him in NXT. I know we're starting to the top where I say we're going to know who these people are. Then as we get further down the list, we're not even going to know who these guys are.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me, man, I am still coughing. Okay, now we're going to go to Triple H for NXT. Jay Lethal.
I can see that.
I really think Jay Lethal could do good in WWE, but again, put him in NXT.
Yeah, like I wouldn't. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Put him in NXT.
Chelsea Green, who is known as Laurel Van Ness in TNA. How do you think they should book her in NXT?
Well, honestly, think about it.
Or do you put her in the Mae Young Classic again, because that is getting booted back up again?
And I recognize, and we've seen her before. She was Daniel Bryan's therapist, that brown hair therapist, I believe. Mm-hmm. If you recognize the face, if you've seen her.
Yeah.
And then she was also the blonde girl that took the place of that one girl, Diane, when they brought back Tough Enough.
Yeah.
That was her.
Yeah.
So she's familiar with WWE. She just never have been I don't think she's ever wrestled anywhere.
Yeah.
But she can do some good work, especially depending on what kind of character they give her. Because she did have that character of that crazy bride or what, who was dumped at the altar.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that was Allie.
No, not just
Yeah.
Allie. That was Laurel
Yeah,
because
and-
Laurel
well,
was dumped, and then
yeah.
that was with Allie. She had like a bit of a feud with Allie.
Yeah. Which I will say that was the hottest feud in TNA.
Oh yeah, it was really excellent.
Especially when you had Maria Kanellis down
Yeah,
there,
at that
Mike
time.
Kanellis. Oh, sorry, Mike Bennett.
Like,
Sorry.
watch it.
Yeah. UK tournament star Travis Banks. So, who knows? I mean, now there is an NXT UK now,
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
and I think that's gonna do some good.
That is
For there.
for the international talent
Yeah.
that hasn't been able to do much.
Tony Storm.
Oh yes,
I would really like to see
her
her.
in NXT will
Yeah.
work.
Former UFC star Matt Riddle. I mean, UFC guys have done well in WWE.
I think that name sounded familiar to me
Yeah.
for a second.
Former Progress World Champion Mark Haskins. Mark Haskins. I see the look on your face. Bullet Club member Marty Scurll.
I can see it.
But do they give him a different character, or do you give him what he has now?
Well, people know him by the they don't drastically change their characters that much. They might change how the characters, what they say and things, but they don't change it too much.
Well, I actually like Marty Scurll to go in. I really like how he is, but remember, he was bashing for the use of his umbrella with Jack Gallagher. So, or maybe they change it up. I mean, Jack Gallagher is a heel.
So yeah, he doesn't need the. He doesn't even use the umbrella right now. I don't think too much. I haven't
I
seen
don't
him.
think so either.
Yeah, that was when he was a face, so they might have just did away with it.
In the cruiserweight tournament, who made it to the final four? Zack Sabre Jr.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I would love to see him. I thought he was going to go to WWE.
Yeah. I seriously thought he was going to win that tournament, but I think for me, he needs to develop somewhat of a personality, somewhat of a character.
Well, he's kind of a little bit in New Japan right now as a member of Suzuki Gun.
Yeah.
But not as much. He has I forget, Takamura. What is the guy name that was part of the Taka Ishimori, or however you say his name?
No, not Toshiya Naito.
No. Taka, the guy with the one group, with a.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, yeah. I don't think I know how to pronounce that, but
but he was, and he was originally in WWE with a part of Kaientai.
Oh, wait.
Ishinoku or Taka.
Takamichinoku.
Takamichinoku, yes, he's part of Suzuki Gun, and he most of the times, and I watch New Japan.
Yeah.
On Access TV, he most of the times talks like he's like a translator for Zack Sabre Jr. almost to the audience, and he's always translating for him. But Zack Sabre, because Zack Sabre Jr. hardly has to do a lot of the talking himself.
Yeah.
He just says things and they're translated.
All right.
But he's gonna really have to work on that when he gets to WWE.
Yeah. The next Triple H star, Angelico from Lucha Underground, who was a part of the first Trios champions with Ivelisse and Son of Havoc.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
I really like this kid.
Especially with his spots,
especially with his spots, his high flying. I mean, jumping off of that top of that roof.
Yeah,
and landing in the
ring. Do that in WWE though, without killing him.
He could do major work.
Well, they might let him. Triple H might let him get away with certain things.
Yeah. The current Ring of Honor World Champion, Dalton Castle. Do you put him in? I think he could do good. I love his character. NXT, I think he could do wonders there.
Oh yeah,
there's a lot of different guys he can work with,
especially the Velveteen Dream.
Oh, those two would be magic together.
Either as a tag team or in a program against each other, that will work.
Yeah. All right. This one may come as a surprise to you. Jeff Cobb, who in Lucha Underground is Matanza Cueto.
Be a while on that one. He's like doing what he's doing right now and stuff.
He is doing very good work in Lucha Underground.
Exactly.
Now these next two you may not have heard of: Evolve and Progress star Tim Thatcher and David Starr, a world-known independent star.
Nope.
So those are 25 guys that Vince McMahon and Triple H would like to bring into WWE and NXT. We've pretty much covered all the bases. We've pretty much hit home. Do you got anything else you want to add on?
Well, not really.
Okay, all right. What are some future matches that you could see happening at Extreme Rules? Like, where do you like? Okay, let's say if Seth Rollins loses on Monday, do you put him in that Extreme Rules Fatal 5-Way six-pack challenge?
Come again?
Do you if Seth Rollins loses on Monday and he's out of the Intercontinental title picture, do you put him in that 5-way match at Extreme Rules? Like, okay, so we all know Lashley and Roman Reigns are in that match. If it's 5 or 6, okay, let's just say 6. Who are the other 4 that you put in there?
Other 4. I guess you can put Rollins in there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, who else? Who else would they need to put in there? Somebody off is.
Because if it was me, Reigns, Lashley, Rollins. See who
Balor.
else? Yeah.
Balor, because that was another
Finn
person I
Balor.
was thinking about.
Do you throw Bobby Roode in there?
Well, he's not getting. The fans are not taking to him really well.
I would, or do you put Elias in there too?
I would say Elias.
Yeah, I would
because
put
the
Elias.
fans, you want to put somebody in there that the fans are actually.
I would put Roode and Elias in there.
Oh, put both in there, and make it a 6-way or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I really think that'll do good. How good do you think the AJ Rusev match will be at Extreme Rules?
The AJ Rusev match.
Yeah. With their styles, their chemistry, their in-ring work. Like, do you think this is going to be a feud that'll last a while, or do you think it'll just be a one-match deal?
I don't know. I honestly don't know if I see it going any further. It could help Rusev, but I don't know. It just doesn't feel like it could.
Well, we also now, speaking of, AJ Styles is now the cover boy for WWE 2K19. So, congratulations to him. I think I think this was the right guy to put on the cover.
Oh, yeah.
So, all right, guys. Well, that pretty much wraps things up. Do you got any last words? Any last-second promos you want to throw out there?
Yes. Everybody knows I could whoop J Money's ass.
And your logic behind that one is?
I got skills. Let's just say that. I don't want to brag about them, but I got skills.
Okay, yeah, you stole that line from Taken. So
I've never seen any of those movies, to be honest.
Watch the first one. Well, I actually have all 3 of them. I've seen the first one. I haven't seen the second or the third one. But the first one was good. I haven't seen the second or third. I gotta watch those.
I do need to watch them though.
Yeah. All right, guys, that wraps things up. We will see you next week for just another wrestling podcast. Not that there's 30 million of them already out there. Take care, everybody.
Bye.